Welcome to the Swear Word. I'm your host, Brandon Swear, and this is a brand new show. This is going to be the place where we meet every Tuesday night to discuss. Guys, this is show number 1. Let's do it. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm extremely excited for our first episode. Tonight's show, we will be checking out some products that I'm stoked to share with y'all. And we're going to give them our hot or not swear word review. We'll also be joined by our guest, Sam Hastings. He is a musician, a grower, sauce maker. So, he's a fellow chili head. Then we will continue to discuss the happenings within the chili head community because, well, this is our show. If you like what you're seeing here, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us get the channel started. If you have any questions about anything we discussed today, leave us a comment and we'll get those answered on the future show. Speaking of future shows, we will be here every Tuesday live at 8 Central. And of course, you can always catch us on replays across all the platforms. Socials will be tagged below. Let's get on to some sauce reviews. Up first, Troy Primos, Swampadelic. I have here the older version and his newest run. So Troy's been saying that there's a slight difference between the two and a slight heat as far as what to expect. So saved both bottles, obviously not open. So here we go. We're going to do a live comparison test between these two to get us going. All right. First of all, the ingredients are exactly the same. I'll read it off on one of the bottles and we'll just go straight into the next one. First up, 7-pot Primo mash. And then we got water, apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, sugar, ají panca, ají panca powder, Cajun seasoning, dextrose, spice, paprika, dehydrated garlic, mustard, and dehydrated onion, salt, 7-pot Primo powder, and xanthan gum. So here we go. Let's give it a good shake first. All right. This is a really great sauce. It's actually become a staple that I keep in my house and use it just about on everything. It's got the nice Cajun seasoning, the great Cajun taste as well. You get that Primo taste right off the bat, a nice little sweet note there. It's a great versatile sauce that you can use in anything. You can mix it into condiments too if maybe it's not quite to your heat tolerance level. Overall, lovely sauce. Can't wait to try the other one. So let's get this other one opened. Once again, same ingredients on this one. But here, let's see. Take a look between the two. You can actually notice the older run is actually visibly darker than the newer run. As far as flavor and everything else, let's see if anything changed. Good pour there. Oh, wow. Wow. Definitely a lot more flavor going on. You get way more of the Primo taste right off the bat. You can feel it building. It's definitely I'm enjoying the new run. Troy using his own powder and having that be in the front and center showcase, it definitely does ramp up the heat like he mentions. It's not anything that's going to be leagues different. No, same great taste, same great heat. It's just tweaked up a little bit, put it that way. As far as where you can get this, I'm sure if you were to look somewhere else and not straight off Primos Peppers, you might still find some of the old stuff. However, go straight to Primos Peppers and you can find the new run as well as Primo Army and his Premonition. Got the XXX over here, and we also have the normal run. All right, that rating right there. If you were not used to spice, this is going to bum you out. This is going to be something that you're going to want to cut into, whether that be mayonnaise, ketchup, something like that to reduce the heat. If you actually like spicy stuff, I would say that this is going to be a good 6 or a 7, maybe even an 8, depending on where you're sitting at. Overall, solid sauce. Can't go wrong with it. Anytime you can find a sauce with some flavor and equal heat, there you go. All right. Well, here we are. Sam Hastings, glad to have you on the show. Man, it's been a wild ride, and I know it's been a wild night for you trying to get all this set up. I appreciate you being so flexible and allowing us to have a chance to meet tonight.
Appreciate it, man. No, God, yeah. This is a Sam Hastings with Sam's House, a little small batch premium hot sauce maker. You said Troy, you're a big member of the Troy Primo Army, so say less. I'm here for
Yep.
that.
There we go. Well, glad to have you in Primo Army for sure. Primo Army strong. Hey, this is a great place to. I was hearing phenomenal things from Troy about you. Super excited to get to learn a little bit more about you and also share that same discovery with everyone else watching.
Oh
Um,
God, yeah. Any questions? Let it rip, buddy.
yeah. So first of all, here I'm gonna glance down occasionally at my questions over here, but first off, as I introed, heard nothing but this long list of great things about you between the culinary background, the musician aspect, which I'm super excited about because I heard you like it a little bit more on the heavy side, which is awesome. Um,
Absolutely.
would love to pick your brain on that, definitely at a different time as well. You're a fellow grower. You're not just you're not just creating products. You're also growing as well, which is awesome. Um, yeah, and soon to be a father. Wow,
Ooh, yes, honestly, we're looking at 9 weeks right now. So a lot of things will be changing around the hot sauce facility, a lot of action, but I'm sure it's going to be extremely exciting and yeah, a new experience. Can't wait for it.
nice. I definitely fatherhood is always something that's extremely fun. It is definitely a juggling act between your passion and obviously being present at home. So I can't wait to see how everything, you know, all the new pictures. We'll put it that way, right? So hey, with that being said, what I'm dying to know is kind of what was your initial entry point into the world of spicy food, making sauce, etc.
Awesome, man. Well, this has been something ongoing since God, I was like a little kid in middle school, high school, especially. I remember going to some crazy hot sauce store in the Mall of America from Minnesota when I was in like middle school, and they had this sauce called. I take it that I can swear on this, right?
Yeah. You're good.
Okay, it was some gimmicky, generic, the world's hottest fucking sauce brand. And I was like, oh, of course I need to buy this. And it tasted like shit. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But I liked that progression into like spicy food. And then even like ongoing throughout high school, I started growing hot chilies. I was involved in tons of hot growing up chili pepper forums when that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
Super huge advocate of that. And I was like a kid, but nobody really knew that. So I was trading pepper seeds with people all over the nation. Like this is probably like 2002, 2003, 4 when the red Savina was the hottest pepper in the world,
Yep.
and I had a huge loved growing peppers. Thought that was just a really fun thing. And then right after high school, I went to culinary school in Las Vegas. So I did Le Cordon Bleu training there, professional chef for the past 18 years. Always really, really enjoyed spicy foods. Never had a chance to grow traveling, working in restaurants so much. So just recently, I've really started diving back into growing peppers. Got a garden I can do about 140 plants right now. Nothing huge. I cram them in pretty tight. I mean, Minnesota's not the best growing conditions, but yeah, I've just been growing out tons of awesome pods, making hot sauce full time for about all close to like a year and a half.
Nice.
That's it, 100%. But I did start doing Sam's House back in 2020. COVID
S-A
wrecked my
house.
industry. Yeah, I get that Sam Sauce because
Yeah.
Sam's sauce is kind of bland.
Point. It's always fascinating to learn about, what brought you in, what's got you going. Yeah. I love it. I'm excited by it. I have so much more to ask on that as well. Um, being that you have the culinary background and everything, is there, I guess, two parts to this question. First of all, is there a certain sauce or pepper that you tend to lean towards, whether that be for flavor or for heat, or is there a sauce? I mean, it can really be a two-parter, right? So, or is there a sauce that has really inspired you over the years, or you can kind of look at and you're like, you look back on it and you go, that while it helped mold me, it also redirected me towards this path.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to pepper flavor profiles, unique things, things that are not overly done and generic. I mean, nothing wrong with ghost peppers. I mean, they're awesome for what they are. Everyone has a ghost pepper sauce. Cool. Don't
Yep.
ever consider doing anything like that. But I just like really unique things. I mean, I have, Smoky J won first place this year in New Mexico, but it's just a mild cherry wood smoked verde for anybody. So that's just a banger. Otherwise,
Nice.
like Paiga style utilizes Thai chilies and habaneros. Fairly simple, easy there, but I mean, it's like fresh Thai ingredients. It's the best Thai inspired sauce on the market with fresh, authentic, real flavors where it's not like a super sugary syrup.
Oh yeah.
Pina de Nyada, that's another fun award-winning one. It utilizes yellow brain strains, which are super hot, super
Oh yeah.
citrusy, fruity, but something really cool when you're talking about like what peppers kind of, I don't know, give you that motivation, that excitement. It'd probably right now be the Big Mustard Mama
Oh,
from
great
Troy
pepper.
Primo.
Great
I
pepper.
actually created one that's brand new, listed on the website. It's called the Big Smoky Mama. It's essentially Smoky J's hot mom, utilizing big mustard mama pods. But
Very
honestly,
nice.
and then talking about sauces, it's not necessarily like, what kind of sauces I want to make. It's what's like a dish that's inspiring that. Like
Okay.
the Thai one, I created that almost like a Thai Penang beef curry. Um, or like like a tom yum kind of soup flavor profile with fresh galangal, lemongrass, makrut, lime leaves.
Very
Pina de
nice.
Nyada translates to damaged pineapple because I actually burned the pineapple, so that's more of like an El Pastor, like street taco sauce, which I know where I wanted to go. And I guess with my culinary experience, it's pretty straightforward on the path that I want to choose to go. They're utilizing what ingredients, etc. too. But
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a labor of love, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, between your artwork and just your explanation there and the sauces and the flavors and the profiles that you're building upon that, you're not only just to your point, you're not just selling a sauce. You're bringing someone on a journey, right? And that's beautiful. I'm always fascinated. That's one question I love asking people is, what are the sauces that helped like guide you, form you, make, bring you into this community? Because that in itself, it's different for everyone, which is always great, but it's also so telling on like the style of the person and what they find value in, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's kind of
uh,
fun because I mean, you say like what sauce brought you into it. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Louisiana as a kid. Went to the McElhaney factory many a times. The Tabasco factory was cool. I was never the biggest Tabasco fan. More of a
mm,
Louisiana hot sauce fan when it came to those vinegar sauces.
yep.
But yeah, that was just a stepping stone, and then I just started going into immediately making my own sauces, fermenting, and just kind of goofing off.
Oh yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I super inspired by your thought process and what you put into your sauces and really understanding and hearing the passion. behind each and every sauce. Your artwork is just it's so grabbing. I will
It's
say
my
the
face on the bottle.
yeah, yeah,
Yep, can't beat that, but it's a ballsy move to basically throw, something nobody can hide from. So, yeah, it's essentially, my artist. I found him in Indonesia. He does album artwork for, like doom metal bands all over the world, and I sent him some pictures of me, and I'm like, "Let's do this," and then, he's been my artist ever since, but, yeah, it's my
awesome.
face on the bottle. Normally, when I do events, I mean, I got the red apron, the green bandana, the white glasses, and everyone will look at my banner and the bottle and they'll go, "Wait, is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that is me, man." And it's not a gimmick; it's just kind of a fun thing to do, and that's my personality.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's awesome. I love it. The uh, the other thing that I would like to know is, and this is obviously like everyone's got their take on it too. Do you lean more towards fermented sauces or cooked sauces?
If I had the ability, or let's just say like a team to help make sauces, I love fermented sauces. But once again, I mean, you're talking to the guy in the bottle. People look at the guy on the bottle. I make it, bottle it, label it, ship it. I'm a one man operation, so time is limited. So it's a very small craft made operation. I love fermented sauces. I had to trim a few away that were just taking too much time. So right now, I wanna say it's probably like 75%, cooked, fresh sauces, and then, yeah, like 25% fermented. I have funky
Nice.
garlic and repality. Um, those are super great anticipated Louisiana fermented sauces, but a lot of those, they take time. So, I
Yeah.
do try to juggle both rather than doing all fermented. That would get me into some issues. But
Yeah.
trying to do whatever I really enjoy. And for those fermented sauces, they're perfect. If I see fit for a fermented sauce down the line, to change things up, I'll go for it. But yeah, right now, super happy with the dynamics, kind of the juggling act I'm doing. That's a bit of both.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I love. And then once again, I love both of them. Yes, to your point, trying to craft a fermented sauce has so many things that if you're not doing it right could go wrong real easy. But also, really, the main thing just being the time frame that it takes to produce is just it can be taxing at times. So
Oh,
definitely understand you there.
Oh yeah, like funky garlic is currently sold out, and that's just a huge flavor bomb when it comes to fermented habaneros. Fresh garlic I source locally, a blend of vinegars. That's it. It's so clean, so simple. But the garlic I use is a Romanian red variety. I'm sourcing fresh from
Wow.
Hudson, Wisconsin, and it's a pain in the ass. And I got maybe like 70, 80 pounds like fermenting right now, so I'm gonna make more than I've ever been able to before, but it's just not quite ready yet.
Yep.
Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, we'll be ready to rock because people are beating at the doors, man. They want that.
That sounds amazing. I mean, it sounds tasty. I'll definitely have to be checking that one out.
Well, for
Um,
sure.
the as far as your goals going into 2024 slash, I mean, it could really be like, short, let's say short term being like max 5 years. Where do you see your sauce company going? What direction are you trying to take it? What impact are you trying to have on the community?
Awesome. Well, it's definitely one of those things to never lose sight of my own personality, my own goals. Right now, I always want to focus first and foremost on making an amazing product that I enjoy. I joke around, but I'm a selfish dude in that sense. The only reason I make the products I do is because I'm not able to find them. So I do make the best hot sauce on the market for my flavor profile, and that's something I always want to achieve. I would never make a sauce. I'm nothing against you, but for you and not for me. So
Yep.
I definitely make a unique flavor profile, but I would love to take it not necessarily more serious because this is what I'm doing, but with a little more organization with like a team more or less. Like it'd be fantastic to have people on the road traveling for events for me, possibly even helping with production, shipping, etc. That could be tremendous. And I imagine in like a 5 year profile, like timeline, I don't see that being that difficult to achieve. But then again, some people they achieve that in a year. It's
Yep.
just with my limited network locally, it's just really hard to let go to some pieces when I know it's like the most passionate project for me right now. So if I don't have those other passionate people, it's hard to let go of your baby. And then
Yep.
stating
Yep.
that too, yeah, just in a few short weeks, I'll be having my daughter coming into this world. That's going to change things a lot. So people might not see me anymore for a while. Maybe it'll be a break. Maybe it'll be something. Maybe it's going to have to be a pivot because that is going to be the main focus. But let's just see. Yeah, in like 5 year time frame, it'd be awesome to just bring in a network of people to assist in the chaos. Let's say, and then see what the next step would be.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. No, that's awesome. I can relate. It's exciting. It's exciting time. I have two daughters and a son, and just from my own experience, they both love me in separate ways. The love that you'll get from your daughters is way more over the top, and it's great, and it's like an experience like another, right? So excited to hear that here in a few weeks. You'll get some much needed time to rest, but also continue to. I'm sure, knowing from what I've heard here and what I've heard about you, it sounds like you'll also be utilizing that time for your creative juices towards potential new up and coming projects. So excited to see what that also brings.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride no matter what, and I'm here for it.
That's it's gonna be. I have faith it's gonna be awesome because you're to your point. I mean, your passion pours out through it, and I can definitely understand where not having the same level of commitment and passion could be really, um, really hard as far as like whenever you're looking at other people to bring in.
Absolutely.
Oh, so we got some questions rolling in. So, yeah, first question is this: they're asking, is this your main focus, or do you have a primary job that you do, and this is a side thing right now?
Oh yeah, and it's super proud to say. So I started Sam's House, which would just be samsauce.com to make it a little easier for people that are interested online. Started this in 2020, and it took about a year and a half rolling in where I was like, let's go for it. So it's been let's just say this coming March, it'll be 2 years of full self-employment as main focus 100%.
Very
Obviously,
nice.
with the change with the family coming in, I don't know if things will have to pivot and change a little bit. But yeah, this is my bread and butter. This is my everything right now, and it has been, as mentioned, a wild ride, a really fun opportunity. It's very rewarding, but also terrifying at times. My background's working in restaurants, developing menus, helping open restaurants as a professional chef for the last 18 years. So I do a lot of the development, but let's say, the technical, the business side, the infrastructure of like a brand, social media, like that's a lot. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to most social media stuff. People are
Yep.
say, "Hey, you're doing great," but I'm like, I am winging it. So if people see social media doing well, if I can do it, you can do it, buddy.
Yep. Yep. No, definitely. And I mean, to your point too, as things ramp up and as things continue to grow, I'm sure that'll also be something that you'll want to remove off of your plate as a focus and or a hindrance to your creativity and juices going. So, well, definitely interested to see how everything scales and grows from there.
Yeah,
The
fun, man. I know from doing like events. I just got back from Tennessee, Nashville for the Tennessee Hot Sauce Expo. It was awesome to just chat with people because in Nashville there's the Bitcoin Park, and I was just telling all these people like, yeah, you can buy hot sauce off my website. You get satoshis back through Oshi, and you can actually purchase with like Strike through like Bitcoin. That's not a common thing, but it's something I'm passionate in, and if I
Yep.
can like educate people about it, I'm there for that too, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that kind of I was trying to teeter off of it because I'm super into the whole crypto space as well. Um, that's something that I've utilized a lot of my time with also. So I feel you there. The being able to grow and bring more to it. I mean, it's inevitable at this point, right? I mean, it's been around for too long. There's not they're not getting rid of it. It's here to stay. It's just what does the groundwork look like, and where do we go from here, right? So excited to see where that goes for sure. And it's really exciting to know that you are accepting payment in
Hell
cryptocurrency in
yeah.
general.
Yeah, I don't know if it was mentioned. I do co-host a podcast called Spill the Sauce. It's on all major platforms, but I was also a guest on business Bitcoinization, and then a guest on the
Okay.
Swan platform a few weeks back that goes live on Twitter X, but then on all major platforms as well too. We're just people are just plebs who just want to chat with me like, what the hell is it like to make a hot sauce that doesn't use seed oils or just, the negatives? And I'm like, it's easy and it's hard in extent because most people that utilize seed oils for hot sauce, they use it as a cheap emulsifier, a
Hmm.
cheap filler. I'm very against that. I'll never do that. So I am transitioning from xanthan gums to chia seed powder to
Okay.
kind of make it a little more health conscious to individuals. But yeah, Spill the Sauce has been a fun little project. We'll bring on celebrity chefs, hot sauce makers, growers. We had Troy Primo on, was the most recent episode, which was obviously a blast. Yeah, good time.
Nice, nice. I will definitely have to check out your podcast. That sounds way up my alley too. So look forward to checking that out.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
the to dive into the music side of things a little bit. So tell me a little bit more about that. What did that side of the does that side of the world still live? Does it set by the wayside like so many others, or what is what does that
Oh,
look
I'm
like
just like
for you?
looking off to my little basement dungeon. I see my huge like 480-watt Vader cab. I got like a 100-watt angle fireball head and an old Laney AOR Pro Tube head. Tons of guitars. Honestly, I haven't been I wouldn't say I was ever a professional musician. I was in a band I created when I was in high school. It was like 2004, 5 to 2009. The band broke up in 2009 after I moved back from culinary school in Vegas. And we used to tour, or not tour, I mean, throughout the tri state area, let's say,
Okay,
play a lot of shows, but like a thrash metal band. It was amazing. It was some of the best moments of my life, just rocking out, hanging with people. I love music. The band died, and it's crazy, but since 2009, I played my first show a couple weeks back with a couple of musicians, like an acoustic set at a brewery, super low key, super mellow. But that's the first time I've done anything like that since like 2009. So it's been crazy. But I do fiddle around, transitioning more from like, black and thrash metal to more like, kind of a doom sludge metal. I'm getting older. I like some big gritty fuzz pedals. So it's been really fun to just, hammer on that every once in a while.
nice, nice. That's yeah. I mean, I have never been the musically inclined uh, individual myself. I was initially had a guitar. It was acoustic. Maybe had interest in it for a short period of time, but never really pursued anything. Then I tried it once again. Kind of as everyone does through school. Tried to do drums, and that didn't pan out either. So, but have always been big into a wide array of rock, but definitely more in the metal scene. Um, I went through a big period of time. It was probably probably 2015, we'll call it, to about 2019, just like nonstop metal. Um, with a little bit of house and stuff like that to kind of break it up, right? Give myself a little palate cleanser. We'll put it that way. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
you need
enjoy
that
that.
every once in a while. I mean, like Metal, I've been a metal dude from since I was like a little kid. I remember Styx. I remember the album Styx Greatest Hits. I bought it when I was in elementary school. I remember the song Renegade was the heaviest thing I ever heard in my life at that point. And then it just skyrocketed me into this like black and death thrash metal. And then now it's more like sludge doom, but I do a lot of like fun old school psychedelic rock, like
Nice.
more ambient psychedelic, King Gizzard, Lizard Wizard, more like mellow fun or like post punk goofy stuff.
Yep.
And I think that like you said, it's a little palate cleanser. It's fun, but also like classical blues, funk, jazz. Um, Big funk guy. Like it's just music in general that I discover I really enjoy. So I really do avoid like the mainstream, the radios, the music that's programmed for you to enjoy. I
Yep.
don't enjoy. I like to find music by musicians.
Yep. Less scripted, more passion.
Yep.
Much
Even
like
like if it's anything. Yeah.
yeah. I was about to say much like how you were describing you like your sauces, like you like to pour your passion into it, not just live and die by like this is a template of sauces that have done great over the years. I'm going to create something very similar. So
God,
yeah,
yeah. And that's the thing that I tell like even at these hot sauce shows with makers, dozens, multiple dozens, up to like 100 hot sauce vendors, like guests will come up like, how do you do what you do to stand out? And I always just think of it as like make a product that you enjoy most, make it for you, and you can do no harm. And I look around the room and I'm like, if everyone here is doing the same thing, there shouldn't be much overlap.
yep,
If there is, it's because somebody's coming in thinking, I want a habanero garlic sauce.
yep,
And it's a co-packer, and they go, cool, I can do that. Or I want something with mango and serranos. It's like, cool, there's a billion of those out there, but I got you because people like it. Or those
yep,
super sweet, sugary sauces. But I always
yep,
just tell people, yeah, like make a product you enjoy thoroughly, and hopefully it has a unique enough reason to like be a product to put out in production. Then there's going to be awesome products for everybody to try. There's so much good stuff out there, but there is a lot of generically delicious things that the general public are going to adore. They're just not products for me.
yeah, yeah, definitely. No, I couldn't agree more with that. Um, hey, let's flip it to the news, and if you want to stay around for that,
Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
right, let's go. All right, we're back with the news. So, first off, you had already alluded to it. We had most recently there was a hot sauce festival in Tennessee. Pretty large gathering from what I had seen through people's social media posts and everything that was going on there. Um, I guess first of all, I'll just ask you this: how did you think, or what did you think of the turnout, and how were you? How did you feel you were received there?
Yeah, I know the turnout, I mean it's hard to say, but it's never as much as I would anticipate coming from to like such a large food scene, but it was the first ever event there in Tennessee. So it's like, it's going to take a little bit, but it's Steve Seabury's events. He puts on amazing events all over. He puts on one in Joliet, Illinois, Portland, New York, everywheres. I've only done the Illinois one, which was awesome. But for a first time event in Nashville, Tennessee, it was good. And I only think it could be much better just with a little time. But product, the branding was really well received. It's really fun. I keep joking that I got to hand people dollars because like groups of people keep coming over there. It's like, we were just told you have to come over here and you got to try Smokey J, or you got to try this, you got to try that. And I'm like, hey, who do I owe a dollar to? And then they'll try my sauces and they'll like whisper to each other. And it's like, this is my favorite sauce here. And I'm just like, you guys
Nice.
are just saying that. But I think it's really well received. And the branding, it's fun. I mean, it's not a generic burn your butthole labeled hot sauce. It's just a
Yep.
fun, quirky, but yeah, it shows a lot of personality too. So I think it did go really well.
Nice. Nice. I saw that they also had the Guinness record out there, and a lot of people
Yeah.
were competing. I saw the aftermath as well. So
We're gonna
those are always
we'll
brutal.
we'll allude to more of that could come out in a later date, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
something involved me eating a Carolina Reaper as well. There was the Never Better crew. This is like a couple. They just do these hot pepper competitions all over. He did not win the Guinness Book for his most Carolina Reapers eaten in a specific time, but he did awesome though. And then the Guinness Book was there as well to give Ed Curry like his award for creating the Pepper X. So that was a big thing. There was a lot of hype about that. So I
yeah.
know a lot of people are super excited to just see the crazy hot shit coming out these days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that kind of leads me into the next little news segment that I was going to talk about, which is more so in the idea of the waivers. Really, like, are these challenges? Um, and I guess this is the question that we all have to kind of ask: are these challenges that are coming out? Are I mean, even the League of Fire obviously has their disclaimers that they have you read pre your, challenge accepted type of thing, right? Is it getting too much for, say, your entry commercial person that's just going to walk in, or, what are your thoughts on it?
Great question. I want to say any of the big League of Fire, super hot, true challenge stuff out there, if you're going in blind and if you just think, hey, I have a high tolerance, you're going to get your shit rocked. I
Yep.
mean, I don't have a huge challenge. I'll never say I can handle the hottest thing in the world. Biting into a legit Reaper, whatever it may be kicked my teeth in. I mean, it was the rest of the day agony, and most of the second day felt hungover and just like shit. But that's like chomping into one. There's people that'll eat
Hmm.
9, 10, 20, 30, and that's not even touching base on the crazy extracts,
Yep.
like all the League of Fire crazy things going on. I tell people sometimes I'll have hot peppers on display and they'll joke around. It's like, well, how much will you give me to eat? Or they'll read each other and they'll be like, I'll give you $50. I'm just like, please don't. If you
Yep.
have not, like this poor woman, like if you have not even eaten an entire habanero, don't even look at that pepper. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
have muscle spasms. You could go into shock. I mean, there was paramedics there. I mean, the challenges that they had just at this show were how much pizza could you consume that's literally coated in fresh reapers or burritos or whatever it may be. If you're
Yeah.
not ready for that, you don't know what to expect, you're going to have the worst time of your life. I mean, it's brutal. And yeah, I'm not there for that. But the competition's getting up there where people can handle it. But
Yeah.
they're training like all year.
Oh yeah.
That's not my life. Like yeah, Johnny Scoville, I don't know how that dude does it. He'll just sit there and chomp 15 primo tallies like nothing.
Yep.
Um Dunzo.
Yep. Speaking of Johnny Scoville, um, I guess where I started to say, you know what, challenges are fun, but I'm going to just kind of step back from the challenge course and pursuing is after doing Tuba Terror 1 and the Tuba Terror version 2. Like, after that, I was just that nothing's rocked my world harder than that first Tuba Terror. Um,
Have you
Completed it
been
all the way and did fine. A long afterburn. It was, I've never felt my body vibrate at such a high frequency in my life. But, it was this endorphin rush of, like 15 minutes of endorphin dump and then 45 minutes of just getting kicked in. And then it's this cyclical cycle until it's finally not affecting you anymore, right? So,
Yeah, and that's
um,
if you can keep it down. That's like the big issue.
yeah, I was shocked. I kept both of those challenges down. There's been a few others that have kind of rocked my world, but I was also doing, man, I think it was Zest Fest. Maybe that was 2018. I don't know, 2018, 2019. I had done literally, I walked and tried every sauce from every vendor, first of all. And then I did anytime there was a fresh pot on the table, I did the full course. And by the end of it, I got home, made myself a meal, cracked open one of the bottles I had got, used that, and went on a walk. And that was not the smartest move, right? So then that kind of just was a punch in the gut, and that was that. But yeah, no, I mean, as far as these challenges go, I do agree. I think some of these are the real deal challenges, right, versus the ones that are being publicized as challenges. But not to misconstrue this next news article. I'm super excited about this one. Um, I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure a lot of us and the viewers that are watching right now have seen it. But the Hulu release for Super Hot, the spicy world of
Yes.
pepper people. I cannot wait for this. The trailers are gonna just be so I'm itching to watch the first trailer. At this point, like, give me the trailer. I'm ready to enjoy what is coming, because just seeing the lineup of people that have, announced it via social media has already piqued my interest to the max.
Oh, and I know anyone in the pepper scene. I know, there's a lot of NDAs. These people weren't able to discuss much, but there's a lot of hints, a lot of like, little teasers coming out, and I have been stoked for this for months. It's definitely one of those bittersweet things to see like what comes out of this, because it was originally supposed to be something that was chasing the people that grew what they declare is the hottest peppers in the world.
Yep.
I was actually reached out to be a part of this like a year or two ago, and I just responded like, "Hey, I don't create super hot peppers." I passed the buck to a couple other individuals because I felt like it doesn't really involve me. And then it changed completely. I'm like, shit. Because if I would have been hanging out with Troy,
Yep.
Johnny, all those guys, I'm like, damn. But regardless, super stoked for them. Excited to see what comes out of it. I think it's going to shed a good light on other people in this space, and not necessarily take light away from, like what had, like, obviously the Carolina Reaper, all the Pepper X crazy stuff. It's just going to be these fresh new faces. And
Yeah.
people are going to be like, oh shit, this is way bigger than one person.
Well, yeah, and that's, I guess, to continue to build upon that too. I love the idea behind what they're doing here, because it's very similar to the whole reason why um, this is important to me, right? It's the idea that you need a avenue to actually display what the community really is and what the community is really about and who's involved, because the main thing that you see on a consistent basis is more along the lines of like what the mainstream marketing big big budgets are shoving down everyone's throats, right? Like, that's the same thing you're seeing too with these um, ones that are trying to say that they're so-called challenges, which then kind of give people the false hope into jumping into a real challenge. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited for checking out Super Hot on Hulu, January 22nd.
Yes.
So
It's gonna be wild. And then, mark my words, I'm sure you see it coming too. There's gonna be a huge resurgence of just a new wave of people, man.
oh
Everybody's gonna
yeah,
be like, well, shit, I want to make hot sauce now. And there's gonna be a big wave coming. So I say, yeah, hold on. It's gonna definitely change things big time. It's gonna be more of an eye opener for people to not just think of it as, oh, it's great grandpa's Tabasco. He
yep,
loves it. It's like, no, dude, this shit's huge. There's a bunch of weirdos out there just like us,
yep.
and it's a fun community to be involved in.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait. Well,
There's one more question from the chat, which is
oh,
what is the current world's hottest pepper?
Mm.
oh, okay. Well, so that one, we'll just address it this way, right? So, Guinness says one thing, and then, you know you still have that question of there's a lot of peppers that do exist, but not a lot of people just aimlessly testing everything. We'll put it that way, right? So currently, Guinness has it listed as Pepper X, but we'll find out, right? So
Especially with this TV show, who knows what could pop out of
yeah,
this, man?
you know, that's the beauty of it. You know, you might find out. We could find out. You know, there's something else out there that's really going to rock everyone's world that just quite hasn't been talked about as much, right? So, or yeah, we'll find out. But all right, let's go ahead and start concluding this here episode 1. So thank you again, Sam, for coming on, and I would like to obviously have you back on. It was great being able to visit with you. I hope that everyone enjoyed the review on Troy Primos sauces. If you would like to pick up some for yourself, you can head on over to primospeppers.com. Hey, make sure to tell them that Brandon sent you. And huge shout out to our sponsor, podvision.io, for helping set up and producing this amazing show. If you want to start a show or your brand or upgrade your existing show, I highly recommend podvision.io. We couldn't do this without them. Links for all the products discussed will be in the description below, as will our guests' information. So if you've enjoyed the show, catch us on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on follow the show on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Whew. Show number 1 in the books. I'm Brandon Swear, and for everything from the world of hot, this has been The Swear Word.